And hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents, or Conversations ATL, as we're calling it. We're so excited you guys are joining us. If you guys are new to us on the Amazon side, welcome. I'm going to send you guys a quick welcome message over on Amazon. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button to stay connected with all of our programming here on Amazon, especially while we're here in Atlanta. You'll see the follow button either here in this corner or down below. You will also see the book by our next guest. We're excited to welcome Marketa K. George to our broadcast today. Marketa is the author of the book. You guys see there, we have it highlighted. Faces and Phases. We're going to talk to her not only about what it's been like for her to share her story with all of you, but also what she hopes to do when it comes to inspiring other people and sharing their story and letting them know the importance of doing so. If you guys are not staying connected with Marketa, we'll let you guys know how to find her. Also want to welcome those who are tuning in on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, as well as on Instagram. I think we pretty much covered everything. Make sure you guys are letting us know the questions or comments that you may have for Marketa. Marketa, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for the invitation.
It is my pleasure. So I want to talk about this experience for you. As I mentioned, the book that's here on Amazon, our audience can see, is Faces and Phases. What has it been like for you to be able to share your story and to see people responding to it?
This has been an absolute amazing journey for me. I've always had a writer's spirit, but I forgot about her. As life continued to life, I realized, maybe it's time for me to pick up that pen and that pad again and start focusing more on my passion. And so from that focus, we birthed Faces and Phases.
Love that. So you said something really important that a lot of people can relate to, Marketa, I think especially women, and that is that you put other things before yourself.
Absolutely.
Talk to us about what it's been like for you to fall in love with yourself again and realize the importance of showing all you are to us.
So just basically staying focused on Faces and Phases. You know, we all have stages in our lives where we experience some pits as well, some downfalls as well as some highs, some lows and some highs. And so as I have grown into loving and being Marketa, it is so very important that we all share a story, because my story could impact you, which will then enlighten you to tell your story.
Right. Such a great thing. What was it like for you to add that title to your name of being a published author?
So I am an educator of 23 years. I'm a master educator. And being in the educational arena, we are always engulfed and immersed in books. So now to see myself on the other side, being a published author myself, it has been quite the accomplishment.
Have you been surprised of the response from other people, or have they basically been saying, finally, Marketa, I'm glad you wrote this book?
So I think I am a little bit of both. Oftentimes we all, as I stated, have a story to tell, but you don't know who's interested in your story.
Yeah.
And so the feedback that I have received has been very, very positive. Women reaching out saying that these stories, this collection of poetry brought tears to their eyes. This collection of poetry inspired them to find their greatness, to go within and really spark that light for them to tell a story.
We're going to go ahead and share the cover with you guys joining us. You guys can see I just got my edition. Make sure you guys do go ahead and get yours too. The paperback's available here. You can see it here on Amazon, as well as the Kindle edition. If you guys want to go ahead and start reading it now. I love the fact that this cover is beautiful. Talk to us about the cover and what do you see when you see the cover of Faces and Phases?
So Cyrus, those are all of my faces in the different phases or stages of my life. And every picture is a depiction of who I am on the inside as well as on the outside. So I'm very proud of this cover because every last one of those girls represents me.
I could tell with the excitement in your voice when you said that. And I think it's so interesting. You know, we all have heard that saying, Marketa, a picture is worth 1,000 words. For yourself, when you pick up the book, what do you see?
I am so proud of this project. I was sharing with my publisher that when I had an opportunity to sit and read from the actual text, I finished the last piece and I thought to myself, well done.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very proud. And for the ladies in the audience, I promise you, I guarantee you, you will find yourself in one of these poems. And for each poem, we added a picture just to kind of solidify the poetry and where I was at the time that the poetry was inspired.
Marketa, you mentioned something interesting, and our artists may not have known this, and that is you're being an educator.
Mm-hmm.
And so, how much of that is just who you are, wanting to impart knowledge to others and to encourage others?
I am a teacher at heart. As a matter of fact, not only am I a published author, but I am also the owner, the founder, and CEO of my own primary school entitled Keys Primary Academy. So I'm a teacher, I'm a nurturer, I love people, I'm a humanitarian, and from all of those things, I'm also an author.
Right. Well, we have Anthony Clark joining us on IG. He's also joining us right here in the room with us too. Marketa, we appreciate you watching, Anthony. What has it been like for you to have people like Anthony in your corner, people who believe in you, but also want to see you share all that you are with others?
So it's important to know Anthony and I have been friends for over 30 years.
Oh, wow.
And it is his stories that inspired my stories. Once he became vulnerable and transparent enough to share his testimony with the world, I was like, okay, I got this. If my friend can do it, then so can I.
Yeah. And I think that encouragement is now what you're giving to other people, that permission. Talk to us about that. What it's been like for you to let other women in particular know, and men too, but especially women know it's okay to share what you've been through and where you are.
So we have been taught in a society that holds secrets. Shh, what happens in here stays in here. And so for me, Faces and Phases was an opportunity for me to tell my story, not just for my healing, but to tell it and to live it out loud. Ladies, we all have a story. Gentlemen, we all have a story. And it is up to you to bring your story from here to here to here. And you can do it. Let me be a testimony that it is, you can do it. It is, you are capable of doing just that.
Well, as you were talking just now, Marketa, I thought about the power that words have, but also I think the responsibility that comes with that power. Talk to us about that for you, because the words you speak over yourself matter.
Absolutely.
The words you speak to others matter. When did you realize the power of words for yourself?
So, Cyrus, I realized the power of words when I was a little girl. I've always loved and been attracted to poetry, rhythmic words, rhymes, and how we can marry the two to create a beautiful collection or a beautiful piece. And so, you know, like I said, when Anthony was strong enough to share his story, and I realized I don't have writing a book in me, but I have writing poetry in me. And so being able to share my poetry and give people insight into who I am and all the things that I've been through. Y'all, we all got a story. Tell it. Tell it. This is leaving a legacy, not just for you, but for your family, for your children and your children's children. So tell your story. I promise you, we're all interested.
Yeah, such a great point. And I think that's the other thing that's so important that I've learned, Marketa, and that is that people need to know that someone that looks like them have come out the other side of something. And I think so many people don't think something is possible because they don't see it.
That's right.
What has that been like for you, though, to be the living embodiment of what's possible? What does that feel like for you?
It is a feeling that is almost indescribable. And I'll tell you why. When I am working with young scholars, female scholars in particular, I always want to showcase my book, because what I'm saying to them is, baby, there is no limit to your dreams. You can do, you can be, you can have whatever you set your mind to. And look, here's an example. So they get to see a tangible, attainable goal right in front of their eyes.
So you mentioned earlier that you didn't think you had a book at you at the time, but you did have poetry. Is that changing?
Yes, it is. I've already started thinking about my next journey.
Okay.
And I will give you just a
Okay. Okay.
So I am now inspired to write about the impact of COVID from an administrator's perspective, from a child's perspective, from a teacher's perspective, and then from the students. And it'll be entitled, I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, see, you're good at this. You're good at this. So you see what you did there? No, I thought that I was nice, and I thought she was going to say, well, you know what, Cyrus, I wasn't going to tell you, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Okay, but you know what? That means we have to have you come back.
That's right. I can't wait.
Again, everyone, we've been speaking with Marketa K. George today. Her book is Phases and Phases. You all can get it right here on Amazon. We have it highlighted for you guys in the carousel here on the Amazon side. Now, if you guys are joining us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, you will see the link that will bring you guys over to Facebook. If you're joining us on Instagram and X, so we'll have to post it after we wrap up here. So make sure you guys get the book. Hold up the book again for them if you don't mind. And there you can see it definitely takes us on a journey. I got the Kindle edition, started reading it yesterday. It's a great way for people to be able to learn about you.
Yes.
But also to look into themselves as well. So what advice would you give them, Marketa, to our audience that's watching about the importance of taking that first step toward telling your story?
Do not be afraid. Oftentimes the people in our lives don't really know how to encourage and motivate us to do what we know we have to do in order to be great. Don't listen to anybody. Sometimes you can't even listen to yourself. Listen to your heart. Listen to the spirit that's within you. Share your story. I promise you, we want to hear about it.
There we go. Marketa, thank you so much for sharing yours, for being here with us today. Let our viewers know, how can they stay connected with you?
All right. I am on Instagram at Faces and Phases _1123. And if you need anything else, just send me a bat signal. I got you.
There you go. And we'll make sure that we do tag her on the IG side as well. Marketa, thank you so much for being part of our visit. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's been an honor and a privilege.
Thank you. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents Conversations ATL. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.